Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to the weekly Breslov Parshas Shir. This coming Shabbos is VaYishlach. It's the story of Yaakov Avinu returning from Lavan's house, and took him 22 years, but he overcame Lavan, and now he's on his way home, but he's got another problem. He's got Esav, his brother. Esav was Yaakov's brother, as wicked as they come. And Yaakov feared him. The Medrash asks, why did Yaakov fear him? What did Yaakov have to be afraid of? Right? And it answers two things. One, all the years that Yaakov was away, Esav was the one who served his father Yitzchak and his mother Rivka. He served them. He fulfilled the mitzvah of kibbud over aim. And because of that, Yaakov was afraid of him. Wasn't afraid of his brute force. He wasn't afraid of the 400 people that came against him. He was afraid of the merit of the mitzvah. Esav was so wicked, he used to commit adultery, idolatry, murder. So Yaakov wasn't afraid of him. He was afraid of the mitzvah that he did. Another reason the Medrash says is that all the time that Yaakov was away by Lavan, Esav had the merit of being in Eretz Yisrael. Imagine that. He was in Eretz Yisrael. Just being there gave Yaakov reason to be frightened of him. So we learn that there are certain mitzvahs that we do, actually all mitzvahs, but some which are harder to do, harder to fulfill, like honoring one's parents. It's very hard because maybe a slightest smirk or a slightest dark face when you see your parents, you're not respecting them. They can feel that way. Maybe you don't have any even intention for that, but the parents can feel that way. That's not honoring your parents. So today we have a lot of problems with that. A lot of problems with honoring parents. Did you ever argue with your parents? No, Dad, no, Mom, right? It's a very difficult thing to do. My father I didn't know. I was orphaned at 7, so I didn't really know him. But I did argue with my mother. And I regret every time, and I always asked her for forgiveness. And even though she's gone some 22 years, I still regret the moments that I argued with my mother. And that's what Yaakov Avinu was afraid of, honoring the parents. The mitzvah is so great, so incredibly great, that the Kramer says, for that a person gets long life. Long life, you merit. But what happens to the long life? The Kramer says elsewhere that long life is not in this world. Long life is in the next world. Because there it's eternal. Here, it's temporary. Life is very temporary. So Yaakov Avinu was afraid of Esav's merit, that it might be able to protect him from the punishments that he's due to receive. We don't know, we can't imagine, but we do know that Esav is set to receive the worst punishment in Gehenna. Because even though he fulfilled kibbud over aim, he fulfilled honoring his parents, he did everything else wrong under the sun. So we have to realize how great the mitzvah of honoring one's parents is, and how much we should take advantage of doing it. Now, for some of us, our parents aren't here any longer. How could we honor our parents? Shulchan Aruch says, by going on the right direction. If you keep yourself a good name, you're honest, your dealings with people are commendable, you keep Shabbos, Kashrus, Tefillin, and so on and so forth. If you're doing these mitzvahs, so then you're honoring your parents. If God forbid you steal, or you're not honest in business practices, you're shaming your parents. Because on high, the parents know, and on high, the parents receive reward or difficulties because of the actions of their children. Okay, so that's the first part of the Parsha. And then Yaakov, later on, goes to the city of Shem. He built for them different things. He made commerce available. And then his daughter, Dinah, was forcibly taken by Shechem's son, the son of the leader. And the pasuk says, "V'hu nichbad mikol beisover." He was the most honorable of his sons. Imagine that. He was the most honorable. He raped a girl, a young girl. He raped her. And that's what the most honorable people from Shechem, which is now laden with Arabs and whatnot. That's the most honorable among them. What you have is to realize, one, don't put yourself in a position like Dinah did and find yourself overwhelmed by the people out there, because they're always going to take advantage. Always. Second thing we learn is that there's no honor among thieves. Shem ben Chamor, no, he was not honorable at all. Okay, so that's what we have. Now, we pass that story of the Parsha, and we go on to Yaakov Avinu returning to Yitzchak. He returns to him after 22 years, and Rachel passes away, his wife Rachel. She was the main woman of the 4 wives that Yaakov had. And he mourned her, and he buried her outside Yerushalayim. And Reuven felt that if Rachel was the main, so now his mother is the main wife. And he did something. He took his mother's couch and placed it next to Yaakov, that she should be the primary woman in his life. And he did wrong. What was so wrong about it? The Gemara says he didn't commit a sin. He did not commit a sin. What was wrong about it? Well, he didn't ask his father. He didn't honor his father. So therefore, it's written down as if he sinned. As if. He didn't. But it's as if he sinned. And that shows us again what it means honoring a parent. How we have to honor and respect our parents no matter what happens. If you can't get along with them, and it happens that people can't get along with their parents, Shulchan Aruch says, leave them. Walk away. But don't ever argue with them. Don't fight them. And then at the end of the Parsha, for 43 sentences, we have the genealogy of Esav. We have his wives, we have his sons, and how the sons were immoral, how they slept with their mothers, they slept with their daughters-in-law. It's a whole mess. Rashi there brings just, the Pasuk is telling us that they were completely illegitimate. And what comes out of these illegitimate children is the mess in the world that we have today. Right? People play around. May Hashem spare us. And what happens is illegitimate children. Illegitimacy, that's not just an illegitimate child, but they bring illegitimacy into the world. All the woke, all the demonstrations, none of it was legitimate. None of it. Right? If they protested the killings in Gaza, then where were you when Assad in Syria killed 500,000 people? Or the Houthis killed a few 100,000 people? Or the Sudanese killed a few 100,000 people? Or Iraq years ago? And what's going on in Lebanon? Right? And what about Iran? Such an oppressive government, they just kill everyone, whatever. And nobody says a word. Not a word. Only Gaza became the world focus. It's illegitimate. Either you are demonstrating against people who are wicked, or you're not. You think Israel is wicked? Okay, you can think that way if they did what you said they did, but they didn't do it. So what you have is, if we are like Esav, we do illegitimate things. We're not honest in business. We don't take care of our elders, and so on and so forth. When you have that, then you bring illegitimacy to the world. Not just illegitimate children, but you bring every other illegitimate concept into life. May Hashem spare us, and may we learn from the Parsha to keep ourselves on the straight and narrow, to do the right thing, respect others, take care of others, especially our parents, and may Hashem help with the schus of that mitzvah. Yaakov Avinu feared it so much, so with the schus of that mitzvah, may we merit to see the coming of Mashiach, the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Amen v'amen. I want to thank you all for watching these videos. We hope it's helped you, the ideas of Rabbi Nachman, Rabbi Nosson, and it'll enhance your Shabbos. You'll have something extra to talk about. We hope you'll be able to share these ideas with other people too. And with that, we're going to see wonders upon wonders, how people's lives improve, and we have real reason to live, go forward with life, and to succeed in having a wonderful life. Amen.